Hi everyone, this is DigitalFemme and welcome to my channel. If this is the first time you've sauntered into this channel, then welcome and do consider subscribing and liking this video even before you know what this video is about. So let's get to it. I actually want to talk about a couple of things. Number one, there's a new movie out with Ryan Gosling and it's on Netflix and it's called First Man. And I thought it was going to be interesting because I love space and space exploration. And I found out that the movie was about Neil Armstrong, the first man who stepped onto the moon. And I wanted to talk about that. I also want to talk about WhatsApp's new privacy policy that's supposed to be coming up February, and why that should be a concern or shouldn't be. And another thing I wanted to talk about was, man, I guess Trump is out, and what everybody has to think about that. Anyway, I hope everybody's new year is off to a good start. It all depends on your mindset and perspective. Now, there are three things I want to also share with you. I have actually a new laptop and I ended up getting the base MacBook Air with the M1 chip. And how am I liking it? It's really fast. I only got the 8 gig RAM. I didn't feel like I needed the 16 gig, and plus I don't really plan on keeping this MacBook Air M1 longer than 3 years. This is just something, I guess, for work, just to help me. And so far so good, although I've never really had an opportunity to play with it, meaning I have Sims installed. I also have the Drone Racing League simulator installed along with a few other things, but I have not had the opportunity to try the simulator yet. Why? Because I am waiting to get the DJI controller so that I can just do it on FPV mode. Now, what am I doing with a Drone Racing League simulator? Well, let me tell you. I want to. You know what? I've always wanted to pilot a drone, and I have 2 drones currently. I have the Parrot drone, and it's a small one. It has a Bluetooth camera and you fly it around, and the flight time is only like 7 minutes. I also have the DJI Spark, which unfortunately I have never flown. I got it last year for my birthday and I was really looking forward to taking it out in spring. And then I found out, number one, COVID, and then number two, so I live in Canada, and the province that I live in, they instituted a new bylaw where you can't even fly drones, like, period, anywhere, and you need to have permission from NAV Canada and blah blah blah. So I'm like, really? Anyway, the only thing I've done with my DJI Spark was practice calibrating it. And now I think I forgot to do that. I don't even know, like, whatever. But anyway, I want to really practice using the Drone Racing League simulator so I can get really good at flying FPV, first person view. And I also want to get the DJI Mavic Mini because apparently it's under 250 grams, and if you have a drone under 250 grams, you don't need a license, you don't need, like, you can fly it anywhere as long as you follow city bylaws. Well, we'll see about that. That's what and I also got a new monitor, and it's an Acer gaming monitor, and I love it. I'm using it right now. And the one thing I can't get over is using it as an extended screen or extended display, because it's really hard to find, like, the mouse. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's like you get an extra monitor like a TV and you hook it up to your laptop through an HDMI cable. And supposedly what you do in your laptop, you can mirror on the screen or the monitor, or you can just use it as an extra, like, 2 monitors. You know what I mean. So let's get to it. So First Man with Ryan Gosling. Oh my God. It was so boring. And I feel like whoever was the cinematographer or the DOP, director of photography, or the editor, they got a little bit lazy, because I swear, if I felt like whatever B-roll they were using for the moon and other things, they kind of like kept using it, or they used it again, which I caught. And it's funny. I know that there's a controversy or a conspiracy about how we never went to the moon. And I wanted to see how this movie First Man played out. And guess what? We never saw Ryan Gosling, Neil Armstrong, plant the American flag. And isn't that pretty much what that whole space program, space race was all about? Like beating the Russians to get to the moon? And wouldn't it have been appropriate for the director to include in the scene planting the American flag? Instead, okay, spoiler alert, I won't even say. Oops, spoiler alert. They didn't plant the American flag. And then when they fast forwarded to him coming back home, I thought to myself, oh, I saw what they did. I see what Hollywood did. It was probably an executive decision or whatever to decide not to show that scene, because then it would probably rile up the conspiracy theorists. And I don't know. What do you think? Are you one of those believers that, number one, we did go to the moon, or number two, no, we didn't? Apparently, I looked it up again on Google, and it said that, oh, there's a lot of conspiracy theories that mankind never went to the moon, and it's been debunked. And how they debunked it is, so apparently the moon has an atmosphere, but it's very thin, and it's thin with gases. So when you saw the flag getting planted and it appeared to be waving, and people were wondering, well, why is it waving? There is no air on the moon. So that's like, it made them think that it was fake and it was staged in a Hollywood studio. They were saying that the reason why it seemed like the flag was waving on the moon's very thin atmosphere is because you had to, have you ever been camping? So you take your camp poles or tent poles, and you have to, stake it in the ground, and you got to twiddle and to put a hole in the ground. That's what they said that Neil Armstrong was doing. So you saw it gave the impression that the flag was waving, and plus, and I don't know if this is true, I really have to find old footage of that ever so popular and controversial moment, because they said that they actually made a special flag for Neil Armstrong to put on the moon, where it had the vertical pole, but then it also had a horizontal pole that the flag was on so that it could stand out. And I'm like, really? Because the conspiracy theorist would have kind of like seen that. I don't know. Like, I don't know. So so that's something to think about. And I just wanted to share that with you. So I'd love to hear your comments or opinions in the comment section. Oh, bear with me. I have not done a video for like about a week, and it's been so busy at work. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to talk about was apparently WhatsApp, who is owned by Facebook, is changing the privacy policy. And apparently it said, you know what? I'm not going to say what it said. You can read the terms of service and the privacy policy. I will send a link to WhatsApp. You need to read it, because a lot of the online media, they're all jumping on the new WhatsApp privacy policy that's soon to happen, and they're all doing their own take. But I'm thinking, is it one of those things where you're just writing a blog post or saying something about it so you can get views? And did you really read the privacy policy? And by the way, is this something really new? Like, I know that WhatsApp changed their game 2 years ago when they started encrypting messages and data and stuff like that. And that still will happen. But you really need to read their privacy policy. I read it before getting on here, and I'm not going to regurgitate what I read. I'll just put the link in the description. I just wanted to mention, what are your thoughts on the new WhatsApp privacy policy? And it might not be even that bad. Honestly, I'm thinking that Facebook has been gathering our data through WhatsApp in some form or other. I don't know. I'm just saying. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, yes. The goings on in the United States. I was busy working like during the holiday and around that time when all this stuff was happening. And the only time I heard about what was going on was when I finally went to bed around like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I went to set the alarm on my phone. And then, I got a tweet and I happened to just click on it. And then it opened the whole image of, I guess it was inside the White House, and all these like strange people in there with like the flag, that flag that I won't even say. And I was like, what? And so I started looking through the tweets, and then I went on to YouTube, and it was just pretty much a shit show. I don't have anything to say about that other than just mentioning how is everybody. If you are in the Washington area, or if any of you have family members or friends or know of people that have been injured during that, takeover riot, everybody just stay safe. And I don't know, United States, I really don't know. This has never happened before. Nobody has ever stormed the White House, and if they ever did, wouldn't that be considered a terrorist act? I mean, if you are a citizen of the country that you are running into the capital of, does that make sense? Are you considered a terrorist? I don't know. Is it really terrorizing? Or are you just are you just protesting? I get that peaceful protesting is okay, but I don't think that was very peaceful if you stormed the White House. And by the way, this is something that if people can storm the White House, what does that tell you about security? I mean, I'm just saying, like, that just doesn't seem, because I'm telling you, how can a group of people in that many numbers be able to get in without, I don't know, like, I don't know the whole story. Like, did they have guns? Like, and if they did, like, isn't there like military backup and security to protect the president? Or do they really want to protect? Maybe they didn't want to protect Trump. I don't know. See, I don't know the story. I'm just basing it off Twitter and my little finger clicking on it and opening stuff on YouTube that I just see like a bunch of people's opinions, and I don't even know. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I'm going to cut this short. I noticed that I've had quite an increase in subscribers since last week, and I'm like, wow, yay. I haven't even posted anything, but if my videos are starting to get served up to other people that just feel like they want to subscribe, I'm so happy. So thank you so much. I normally post videos more frequently than once a week, and I got to get to that. I just have to get over this month of January because it's so freaking busy. I just can't wait for it to be over, and I'll explain that to you later once it is over. I just hope everybody stays safe and healthy. We got to ride out this COVID thing. Right now in the area that I'm living in, we're not under lockdown. We can still walk and go to restaurants and go into the mall. We still do social distancing, and we got to wear masks if we are in public places, like enclosed public places. And other than that, I haven't even gotten out. Like, I'm so legit busy from work that I have not stepped out of the house except to throw the garbage the other day, which was yesterday. Isn't that crazy? And oh my God, I put on 12 pounds. And I want to blame COVID, even though it's not as bad in the area I live in. So this is the thing. I have a confession to make. I have been engaging in a torrid relationship with food. So I feel like I need to not call it off. I just feel like I need to be on a little break from food, because food and I were getting a little bit too intimate, and it's starting to affect me physically. So I just have to like chill on that. And I don't know if you know what I mean, but for those of you that do know what I mean, if you too have a relationship with food in the manner of which I have a relationship with food, that the effects have allowed me to put on like 12 pounds, then I would love to hear in the comments below how you are handling it. Are you going to break up with food? Are you just going to like be on a little break or just chill with it? I don't know. Anyway, and that's so funny. I know I need to lose weight. So here's the thing. When I'm on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, I get served up like weight loss apps and I don't know, like fasting apps and keto apps and all those kind of apps. And I'm not even searching for weight loss. I'm not even telling people that I put on weight other than right now. Or maybe I did it in another video. Oh, maybe that's it. I don't know. But I don't hashtag any of my content weight loss. So I don't know. I'm just thinking there's like some AI going on algorithm where it's picking up audio and maybe serving up ads based on things I'm saying. Oh, and can we talk about Clubhouse? Do you know what Clubhouse is? Apparently it's been around for over a year now, or maybe just coming up to a year in March. I did get an invite to Clubhouse and I went on it. And legit, it's called Crackhouse. It's like you need an invite, and I already used up all my invites. So if you can find a friend or somebody that can give you an invite, then go right ahead. They're still in beta, I believe. So this is what I feel. Crackhouse is like Twitter with audio. You can basically you can create a club, and instead of texting, you start a room. Anybody can start a room. You label the room, you schedule a room, any topic at all. I'm not kidding, any freaking topic. And people go into your room and everybody's muted and there are moderators. So if you create a room, then you're the moderator. You can moderate a room or with a group of people, and then you just start talking. And the audio is very clear. I've been on a couple of rooms and nothing has dropped. All the audio was clear. It was just like perfect. And the way it goes is if you enter the room, and sometimes there are like 825 people in a room, and you all get a chance to speak. And how that happens is there's a little icon where you raise your hand and wave. And I guess the moderators see it on their end. So it's like you take turns. So they'll know that you wave their hand if they're watching. And then once it's your turn, then they'll call your name, and then they'll unmute your audio, and you can speak. You can say anything. And what's interesting is because it's a public forum, okay, it's a public forum, meaning there are people from all walks of life, diversity, different experiences. So anything you say in these rooms, which are public forums, you're going to need to know that there's a possibility that you may offend someone, even though you don't mean to offend them, even though that is not your intent, even though you're trying to be as polite and diplomatic as possible. People might get offended. The reason why I say this is because I've been to a couple of rooms, and the dialogue that I've been listening to me, was fine. But then there were other people that had stuff to say about what some of the people were saying in those particular rooms, and that they had taken offense to it. And I was like, I was trying to backtrack to see how anyone could take offense to it. And what it comes down to, my opinion, is some people either got triggered by certain things, and it had nothing to do with the topic or the moderator or the speaker. And it had everything to do with their perception and things that they got to work on from their childhood. I'm just saying. So if you haven't heard of Clubhouse, you can see what's going on. Just follow them on Twitter. I believe it's at Join Clubhouse. And then they end up tweeting all the types of rooms or topics that's going on. And you can just see everybody now is scheduling a type of meeting or group meeting on Clubhouse. It's crazy. And here's the thing. I keep saying, here's the thing. I'm feeling like there was one room where they were ending it. And then I kid you not, the moderator said that he had been on for 12 hours. Like, these rooms don't end. There's no like start time. Okay, there is a start time. And you don't even have to, you can schedule your event in a room, and you can schedule it and it'll go up on their calendar, on the Clubhouse calendar. Or you can just like log in, start a room, and just label it and see who comes in. It's funny. But I feel like everybody is just craving for conversation and dialogue, and everybody's tired of just being online. Like, it's one thing to get on a Zoom meeting or go-to meeting or whatever to see, like your coworkers, or Facebook Messenger or Gmeets, whatever, however you want to connect with people by video. But there's something about Clubhouse where it's just audio and you don't have to see. I think the fact that nobody kind of sees you other than your profile photo or what you choose to put on your profile, I feel like people are more open to saying to sharing their opinions, because they're not like, you don't get to see their face. Does that make sense? And I feel like because of these COVID times, and usually people are on Zoom or video for work, this has nothing to do with work, even though maybe you're talking to entrepreneurs or mentors and they're talking about startups and businesses and motivating and social media and marketing and all that stuff. And it's not just that, okay? Literally, there was a room that was talking about aliens and the Bible. I kid you not. There's like, you can make any room you want. So I'm just feeling like Clubhouse has gotten really popular with the people that are already in Clubhouse, and they're just going on and on and on and on and talking, because people crave connection. People crave intelligent conversation. And I learned a lot from just listening into these rooms. I learned like so much just by hearing other people's opinions and how people engage in the dynamics. Honestly, it's really beautiful. It really is. And Grant Cardone is there, Gary Vee is there, Ashton Kutcher is there. You might end up being in a room with any one of those, and you might put up your hand and you can literally have a conversation with Gary Vee or Ashton Kutcher or your Grant Cardone. So anyway, like I said, I'm gonna end it right here. Thank you for watching. Please, I'd love to know what your thoughts are on any of the topics that I mentioned. Just leave a comment below and do consider subscribing. I do say that if you just go to my video library, there's got to be 1 or 2 video titles that will resonate with you or make you go, what? Why did she say that? I have to watch this video. Go ahead and subscribe, because I want to be talking about more techie kind of things. I don't know, but just subscribe and see what's going to happen on this channel in 2021. So I wish everybody a great evening, great day wherever you are, and just stay safe. Didn't I say that like 7 minutes ago? I feel like I'm in a deja vu. Anyway, bye, and thanks for watching. See you next time.